Manchester United taking on Tottenham Hotspur this weekend, and what a bleak week it has been for Manchester United. Losing away at Anfield really did hinder a long, boring week for Manchester United, and a lot of Manchester United fans were expecting change at Manchester United, and we haven't seen that. And there's been very good reason for why Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is still in the Manchester United job, but there is concerns for most Manchester United fans with the fact that it's looking like reports are coming out that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has potentially lost the dressing room for most of the players. Now that is a real concern for Manchester United, and it did look like in that game against Liverpool that a lot of the players were not doing whatever he was telling them to do. I don't know, he was telling them to press, and players like Greenwood were going to press when they shouldn't be going to press. Others were not pressing at all. The midfield just looked completely open. It was just a calamity, and I don't know what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tactics and setup was supposed to be for that game for Manchester United, but it really didn't work. And I thought he was going to go with the counter-attacking style of play in that game, and he didn't. And or he could have gone with the three at the back in that game. I thought that was another option for him, and he didn't choose to do that, and it just went completely wrong. But the players are still at large to blame for this, because a lot of these players are not doing what the manager tells them to do. And although the buck falls with the manager, that if the players are not doing what the manager tells them to do, then I don't know what more we can do as Manchester United than to get rid of the guy in charge. But at this moment in time, the reason why Manchester United have not pulled the plug on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is because they're concerned, obviously, about Antonio Conte, who is the favourite to succeed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as Manchester United manager. They've got major concerns about whether he is the right man to come in to Manchester United, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of other notable candidates for the job, with Zidane basically ruling himself out. And apart from taking someone like Ten Hag away from Ajax, I don't really see how Manchester United are going to do them sort of moves, because a lot of these managers, the top managers, are in jobs at this moment in time, and you're just not going to get them away at this time of the season. So that is why Manchester United haven't pulled the plug. But if Manchester United don't get a victory against Tottenham Hotspur, it will look like curtains for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and then it will probably mean that Carrick and Mike Phelan will take charge for the remainder of the two games before the international break. But I don't really see anything changing if the coaching staff that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's got are to be put in charge of Manchester United, because they're a part of Manchester United at this moment in time, and it's not helping. They're not helping. That don't seem to be helping the situation to get Manchester United out of it at this moment in time. And there's been concerns over Kieran McKenna's training sessions. Some people are saying they're like academy sessions and whatnot. So it is a major concern for Manchester United at this moment in time. But we've got to go into this Tottenham Hotspur game differently, because we can't do what we've done in the previous two first halves against Atalanta and Liverpool. We really can't, because them two first halves were so bad for Manchester United. And if we do have a half like against Liverpool or against Atalanta, against Tottenham, we will lose. We're not going to come back from 2 goals down against Tottenham away from home at Tottenham Stadium. Even though Tottenham have been pretty poor, they've still got Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, Lucas Moura, the players like that ilk that can score goals, create goals. And I know Harry Kane hasn't been in good form this season. You know what's going to happen against Manchester United. You wouldn't bet against him hitting the goals against Manchester United and filling his boots and getting 2 or 3 goals. You really wouldn't, because that is how bad Manchester United have been. 1 clean sheet in, I think 20 is it, or 21 games. Absolutely abysmal for Manchester United. Absolute dog shit. And I think he's got to switch it up this game. Maybe he could go with the back 3 for this game. I think that might be an option for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. If Varane is back, or even if Varane's not back, he could bring Eric Bailly in. But I don't know why he hasn't been playing him at all when Harry Maguire wasn't fit enough to play a couple of weeks ago against Leicester, and he didn't put Eric Bailly in. It baffles me when Harry Maguire hadn't even been on grass till like the day before. This is fucking elite level football. This is. You can't just go from being injured to starting a fucking Premier League game and expecting the geezer to be at full pelt. It doesn't work like that. But even so, Harry Maguire has been at fault for so many fucking goals and should really be taken out of the team. But if we go for a back 3, if Varane is fit, he could go with Varane, Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw as the back 3, and then he could go with Delot and Telles as the fullbacks. That could be an option. I'm not saying it's definitely what he should do, but that could be an option for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer there. And then obviously he would go with Fred and McTominay in the midfield. I know he will go with Bruno Fernandes in there, but he could also go with Jesse Lingard in that position, because Bruno Fernandes hasn't been playing very well lately. Yes, he did a bit better in the second half against Atalanta, but by and large he's been horseshit himself. So he could probably be one of the players that could come out of the team. There'd be no place for Greenwood or Sancho in this, because he's gonna probably play Rashford and obviously Ronaldo in there as well as part of that front maybe front three, but Bruno Fernandes would have to drop back and help out the midfielders as well if he was to play like that, which I'd be more happy with Lingard maybe being in that position there than Bruno Fernandes, because Bruno Fernandes likes to go forward so much more, and it would leave maybe the midfield a bit exposed, but you would have the fullbacks hopefully running on as well as wing backs. So that is an option that he could go for. I mean, there are other options he could try, but he could try playing on the counter attack against Spurs as well maybe, but that was what I was thinking he was probably going to go for against Liverpool, and it just wasn't. I don't even know what he was trying to do against Liverpool. I really don't. Players were trying to press like Greenwood when he was miles away from the geezer and he was trying to press, and it's just leaving Manchester United completely exposed in areas in the pitch when Greenwood was going when he shouldn't go. There was other players that weren't going to press players, and players were able just to play through the midfield, and it was just a complete shit show. And some of them goals were so easy for Liverpool to score, which just really infuriated me, because how shit Manchester United were. And I know some people say Liverpool are so good, and yes, they are a very good team, but if Liverpool had played so well and blown Manchester United away like the Barcelona teams of yesteryear, when Manchester United couldn't even get close to Barcelona in Wembley in the Champions League final, and you hold your hands up and say, well, this is just a great team, but this Liverpool team didn't actually, on this given day, I don't think played at their best, which is a massive concern for Manchester United, because in the second half they were just toying with us, they were just playing it around. They could have won 6, 7, 8-0 probably in this game, and it wouldn't have even been a shock in terms of how the game fucking went, because it was so bad. But Manchester United have really got to be on their A game in this game, because I can't see how Manchester United are going to get a result against Spurs with the way we've been playing. The only way I can see Manchester United getting potentially a result in this game is obviously if he does switch it up and he changes his tactics up and it does pay off for Manchester United, or if Tottenham are so bad, as they have been in recent games, been pretty poor, and they're just so poor that Manchester United just go out there and beat them, because Manchester United haven't played well. I don't feel pretty much any game this season, I don't feel Manchester United have played well, and unless Manchester United see a moment of brilliance like we did against Leicester from Mason Greenwood or someone like that, just hitting one in the top bins, I can't see how Manchester United are going to turn Tottenham over. I can't see us playing Tottenham off the park. I just cannot see that. But the tactics definitely need to change. He cannot play the same way he's played in the last 2 games and expect something better. You may get something better, but the chances are we will not. We've seen against Atalanta that first half, he played the same starting lineup in that game against Liverpool, and as Paul Scholes said, if you play like that against Liverpool, you're going to be 3 or 4-0 down. And what, lo and behold, we were 4-0 down going into half time. And it didn't take rocket science to work that out, that if you fucking play the same way, play the same team, you're going to get the fucking same shit. And against better teams like Tottenham and Liverpool, you're going to get punished, you really are. So I don't really know what's going to happen. If Manchester United lose this game of football, though, it is going to be curtains, because as I said, we will have probably Mike Phelan and Michael Carrick in charge for the Atalanta game, and we're probably going to get fucking lose these games, and then we'll probably have to get an interim manager in after the international break. I don't know what's going to fucking happen, but if this just keeps going tits up, surely Manchester United will look at this and think, well, Antonio Conte, a top level manager, even though some fans like myself do have concerns about Antonio Conte. I know he likes to play a lot more experienced, older heads in the Manchester United team, and I've got no problem with that if Manchester United are winning, but he doesn't like to play the young. I don't feel that he is a manager that will engage with how Manchester United are and would like to bring youth players through and that sort of thing, and that does concern me for Manchester United, because I would like to see some young exciting players come through Manchester United and be given the opportunity that we do have, and Solskjaer's not doing it himself either. Bring the likes of Alanga through in games where Manchester United could potentially utilise them, and I would have major concerns about that from Antonio Conte, but I will not take away from the fact that I would prefer Antonio Conte. He is a born winner, has won a lot of things in his career, so I wouldn't take that away from him, but I would like to see him steadily progress the team, and I think he's just for the here and now. That is my concern for Antonio Conte. 1-2 years, potentially win a trophy or two and be gone, and then Manchester United might be in a mess again. That is my only concern for Manchester United. But at this moment in time, you would take anything over the way Manchester United are playing at this moment in time. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on this Spurs game. I can't see Manchester United getting anything from this, to be honest. I think it's going to be another rat shit performance. I'm going Tottenham 2-0. I just can't see Manchester United winning it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll talk, if you're watching on Facebook, smash the share button, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.